Welcome to Blamestorming. Blamestorming. In a post-truth world, there's plenty of blame to go around. Plenty of blame to go around. Join Dave Sirus and Maryssa Smith as they blamestorm about today's hot topics.
Hey guys, welcome to Blamestorming. I'm Maryssa Smith. As always, I've got Dave Sirus with me.
Hi.
I've got Phill Causey with me.
Yo.
And I've got Sarah Hartshorne with me.
That's me.
So, Dave, how you doing? You're in an undisclosed location.
Well, you didn't ask me to disclose it, but yeah, I'm in LA.
A formerly undisclosed location.
Formerly undisclosed. Now it's disclosed. So, how's LA going?
Good. There was a bank robbery down the street. That was cool.
Ooh.
Nice.
Cool, yeah.
How much money did you take?
I don't know. I just see a bunch of cops and dogs, and I'm just like, which direction is it? So, having fun. I don't think anyone died, but, it's still okay.
Well, the day's still young. You never know.
Yeah, it's LA.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got 3 extra hours. You're on the West Coast.
Yeah.
You can make something happen out there.
Yeah.
You can make it rain in the champagne room, Dave.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, they have those everywhere, don't they?
Champagne rooms?
Yes.
I assume so, but I don't know. I passed when I was on the road this summer, I passed a strip club that is apparently the largest in Wisconsin called Cruisin' Chubby's. And Chubby's apparently does not refer to the dancers who are normal dancer sized, but the clientele, because it has extra large seats, according to the internet. Yeah.
It's got a trucker discount, it sounds like.
I would imagine so, yeah.
So it sounds like the dancers are the ones cruising the Chubbies.
Yes, they are the ones who cruise the Chubbies. You don't go to Cruisin' Chubbies to cruise
Chubbies. Yeah.
You go as a chubby to be
cruised. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah.
And I think their marketing team is as well. There's a lot of confusion there, but
yeah, it sounds like it would be.
Does that mean somebody to show up like mad? Like all these dancers are all skinny. What
none
the hell?
of them are chubby.
It's supposed to be Wisconsin. I thought this is America, damn it.
I just like when people have a sense of humor about selling sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Cruising Chubbies.
Yeah.
You have to get a pun.
I stayed in Portland next to this strip club called the Dancing Bear, and it's a drawing of a bear, like the Grateful Dead bear, and then the word BARE is crossed out on the sign. So they can have the word BEAR.
Yeah, that's funny.
So nobody was confused.
Yeah.
Is it a gay strip club?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, because I would.
Not.
You think with bear?
Yeah, you would think they'd be like big, like burly, like gay dudes in leather or something.
Yeah. Which honestly, I think I would be more into than like the Chippendales or the Magic Mike type, because that always, I don't know, that always kind of weirds me out.
Like those, so I did Hunkamania with my friends for like one of their birthdays, and it was like so annoying to me because like it's like one of these things where you feel like misogyny should not exist because women hold the power dynamic of money. You know what I mean? Like, and so it was just kind of like all these guys that are like grabbing at you to tell you that they're going to give you a lap dance. And it's like, bro, this is my $50. I pick who dances.
Yeah.
And it's like they still are trying to like, don't come over here with your 3-pack. Like, there's like literally Jose over there with an 8-pack. I'm not wasting my money on you. So I can find you in Subway.
Wait, are you saying you think that's different than regular strip clubs?
Yeah, I mean, that is my understanding of strip clubs. I don't know. When I went to a strip club for my bachelorette party, and all of the girls were like, oh my God, it was like a bunch of women, and they were like, oh my God, we want to dance for them. And it was very uncomfortable. Like, it felt like picking a dog at the pound, where I was like, I don't have that much money. Like, I only have a limited amount of money to like spend. And then, and they were all like super, like aggressive, trying to be the one that like danced for us. But I do still talk to the woman that ended up dancing for us. She's great. She's really nice.
I mean, that's pretty much what strip clubs are. It's seeing if you're the kind of person who freaks out when you have to say no to someone.
And I am, it turns out. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've been to like strip clubs with ladies, and I feel like if you're just like, oh, no, thanks, honey, like they just like keep going. And these guys are like aggressively
then you don't have very storied history with strip clubs because it's the most aggressive thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I will say when I did say no, they all were super respectful and left.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Like, they were really chill about it.
It's completely, yeah, because like I've been through to like, I'm not saying like I've been to the most strip clubs, but like I've been to like a few of them with, like female dancers. And like, if you just say no, they've just kind of like, okay. And they just move along where the guys are like
the one you were at. Trust me.
No, I mean, I've been to Hustler. Like,
yeah, I second what he says. They're pretty, like they take at least 3 or 4 tries.
They don't.
Before they give up on you.
A woman isn't going to be that aggressive with another woman, but trust me, usually the last time I was in a strip club was a friend of mine visiting, and it was the most aggressive one-on-one conversations I've ever had. It's literally a group of women that one sits down. She says, "Can I get a dance?" You say no. She starts whining and saying, "Come on, please. It'll be so good. You have to, you can't leave. Your friend wants to get one." And not leaving. And the second she leaves, the next woman sits down and says, "I'm going to make you get it." It's the most aggressive sales I've ever experienced in my life.
Oh, also, I'm usually pretty upfront about exactly what I want. So they're like, oh, she is going to get a dance, but like only what, like, I don't just go in and like sit there. Like I've only been twice, but both times I was like I sat there for a while, but I was always like, I want one dance. I don't know when yet, but like, I don't know. So maybe that's also it. I wasn't there to like just watch the stage for that long. I don't know.
I've been to a couple, and like, I've been to like, one like in my town, and then for some reason, my friend and I ran into like one of the co-owners of like the Hustler Club on the West Side Highway. And he's just like, "Hey girls, want to come to my club?" And we didn't know that he meant like the Hustler Club. And so like, he like literally like we got in his limo and like, he brought us to the Hustler Club. I'm like, "Why are we going to West Side Highway?" He's like, "Oh, we're almost there." And then like all of a sudden we're at the Hustler Club. I'm like, "You said you were taking us to your club." He's like, "This is my club." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And so then he just like hands us a stack of money, and he's just like, "All right, have fun, guys." And so like, I'm not like, I don't mind like throwing, like making it rain on stage, but I don't want a lap dance. So like when people are coming over for a lap dance, I'm just like, "Oh, no, thanks." But then if they're like dancing on stage or whatever, like I'll like throw them money. It wasn't my money.
Did he mistake you for somebody who would be into that kind of thing?
I don't think he mistook me for that. I think he mistook my friend for that. Cause like, it was kind of like he was talking to her, and then I just happened to be the accessory that came with her. Like,
you know, the third wheel.
Yeah, exactly.
The titty bar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the story of my life. I get dragged to the most insane places. But yeah, I find that and it's possibly just because women are not going to be aggressive with other women at a strip club that I don't find them to be that aggressive there.
Well, but they really don't see you as their monetary stream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They do not see you as someone they're going to make money off of.
Yeah.
They see you as someone who's either there to have fun, or, they certainly don't not want to give you a lap dance, but they do not see you as someone that I can intimidate and try to wear down.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what every strip club experience I've ever been to was about, trying to wear you down with discomfort and trying to lean on your lack of desire to just give someone a hard no.
You know what I didn't know until recently is that dancers rent the pole. Like they have to pay to be there.
That makes sense. Kind of like a hair salon or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Different set of tools, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But some of the same ones. You have to have a keen aesthetic. I don't know. But
I'm
yeah.
always very apologetic too. I always I'm always saying like, I know it's a hard job, honey, and I'm very sorry. It's nothing personal. Because that's what they try to, they're creating this, the storyline between you two where you're flirting, and by saying no, you're like really hurting their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange profession.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever dated strippers?
Yeah.
I have too.
Not yet.
I've dated like I've dated like 2 male strippers in college.
Wow.
And it was just like it was fine until like you know, like you're going to a club or a bar and you start dancing with like your boyfriend or whatever. Then that's when it got embarrassing because he's still dancing like a stripper.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
and so like then you're just like, oh, this is.
You can take the boy off the pole,
But you can't take the pole off the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I know that a huge percentage of female strippers are at least bi, if not fully gay.
Yeah.
Most of my friends that are that are strippers are gay.
One of the most offensive things about the movie The Players Club was that it's a movie about a strip club where every woman working in it is both straight and extremely homophobic against lesbians.
Yeah, that's
which is
not,
how you know that Ice Cube wrote this movie.
Yeah, that's not accurate at all.
It's a movie written by a guy, Ice Cube, about a strip club, and his only experience is being a patron at strip clubs.
Right.
And not only does he think that all the women are straight, he thinks that they are all virulently hateful of gay women and with a sort of suspicion and always trying to find out who the gay ones are so they can exclude them. It was really weird.
I have never seen it, but now I kind of want to.
All my gay friends love the movie, which I find very, very perplexing.
Yeah. I also, I have a joke about how my type, like I used to only be attracted to women that looked and dressed like Ice-T. It's not really true anymore.
It's a very specific taste you
very
have there.
specific. I like a woman that can put me on up on a shelf that she built. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want. It's less true now. But I just used to have a real hard type. And that was it. So, wow, that's a bummer because Ice-T was a big part of my life. Ice Cube. Oh.
Yeah, Ice Cube wrote.
Never mind then. Never mind.
Sorry.
Yeah. Now your joke still stands because it's Ice-T.
Joke still stands. Yeah. So
it's
I'm
Ice-T,
good.
not Ice Cube.
Phew.
Yeah, the one thing I will say is the strangest part about like going to like a strip club that's like female strippers is that they never have like a real like ladies' bathroom. It's always like the locker room for the strippers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a bathroom, but yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's like it's weird because like in like you know you're like oh where's the bathroom and they're always like oh second door wherever and you walk in there and then it's just like people put on glitter. There's pasties everywhere and I'm like. Oh, this isn't a bathroom. This is a locker room. Like
it makes sense.
It's the
like
same
women...
reason off-track betting doesn't have baby changing stations.
Yeah, and it's like where gay bars barely have a women's room. Like they do, but like
yeah, it's not really. Yeah,
it's barely.
It doesn't
used.
often come up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I dated a couple of girls who were strippers. I mean, I didn't meet them while stripping. I know, but like they were.
Yeah.
And I I was told I was not allowed to go to her strip club. Not that I really would, No,
I wouldn't want. I mean, I only ever did burlesque and go-go dancing, but I wouldn't have wanted any boyfriends to come. That would have been very distracting and unpleasant.
Yeah. I dated one girl though. An ex-girlfriend of mine worked at Jumbo's Clown Room, which I don't even really consider stripping.
Wait, what is that?
Wait, yeah, I have questions.
Think I would like to back
like rewind
and hear some more things about that.
Jumbo's Clown Room. It's a strip club in Hollywood. It's not really a strip club. It's more like a burlesque place where like punk chicks dance, but it's not like it's all couples. It's like the line is not. It's not like dudes who go to strip clubs. It's more like regular people who hang out. It's like a Suicide Girls kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. It's not like a lap dance place. It's not like nudity. It's more like a hangout. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it. It's very popular.
No, I've never heard of it.
No. I think the clown part threw me off.
A lot.
I'm like, wait, do all the girls come out with noses on or something?
I just thought it was like a strip club that all of the girls are dressed like insane clown posse or something like that.
No, it's a strip club that was owned by a clown named Jumbo, a little person clown.
Okay.
Yeah, Jumbo, not Juggalo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Jumbo was a little clown who started a strip club. And wanted to keep it, respectable. It's not like it doesn't have like a brothel feel. It's more like a club where women dance, and it's kind of like a Cheetahs. Like my friends have performed at Cheetahs, the strip club, as bands because they would have like rock bands on, and then girls would dance to it. It's a much more party atmosphere.
Okay,
that sounds awesome, actually.
That does sound awesome.
No, really
it's fun. A lot. It's a lot of things. Like Jumbo's Clown Room, the dance, but like that.
Yeah.
Is it less of a sales pitch pressure based thing like we were talking about before? Like, can you just go and get a drink and watch the band and hang? Or are there still people trying to like sell you dances?
Are you talking about the at Cheetahs or
no,
Jumbo's?
the clown room?
There are no lap dances.
Oh, okay.
There's nothing to ask for. The women are just dancing on stage, and people tip them, give them dollars. But like I said, they're not lap dancing. There's no physical contact. It's not that kind of place.
Oh, so I see why you didn't count that. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
that's kind of like what I did. There was no lap dances, but like people could come and put money in like my bikini or whatever. It was not a lot of contact.
It's not for that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a much more fun kind of atmosphere. So I had an ex-girlfriend did that, but then I had a girl that I was dating, and while we were dating, she was working at a place like in Culver City that was like a regular strip club. That relationship didn't last that long.
Culver City strip
you don't
club
say.
Is kind of grim.
I don't know Clover City.
Culver City.
Oh, I don't know it.
You live in Los Angeles. I mean, not literally. You've been to Los Angeles.
I literally just went to like Hollywood and like Santa Monica Boulevard. I didn't really travel around that much.
I also just realized I was thinking of Carson City, which is the capital of Nevada. I was confusing it. Yeah, I was not thinking of the right Culver City. That might be less grim. I don't know. I don't know what the strip clubs in Culver City are like.
It's a perfectly nice area. She was that was a girl I dated who she was like 30 and 10 years earlier had been in the circuit of being like in pictorials and magazines and stuff. And I dated her when she was back down to just stripping part time.
Okay.
But yeah, she would never tell me which celebrities she'd had sex with, but she would allude to them pretty drastically. So apparently I have a lot in common with some pretty big A-listers.
Some Eskimo brothers, if you will.
Would she be like, I can't tell you who it is. I can just tell you it rhymes with schmorge schmoony. Like, how much did she
she would literally name 5 famous people and be like, I had sex with most of them, but not every one of them.
So she would be like, it rhymes with George Clooney. I don't know.
It's like one of these men I have not slept with.
Yeah.
It's like roulette.
I know 2 guys that she definitely did sleep with, and they are like basically the 2 most famous men alive.
Is it Brad Pitt?
Was a bit weird. Not Brad Pitt. No.
Oh.
More famous than Brad Pitt, I would say. But, parallel. Who's the most famous man actor alive, would you say?
I mean, isn't it George Clooney?
Are you kidding me?
Is he not?
When was the last time George Clooney had a big movie?
I guess that's true.
I was going to guess Tom Cruise.
Oh, so like most famous. Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise.
One who you think might have had sex with a woman.
That's yeah.
Well, Tom Cruise did at least twice.
Did he? He seems like he would do something. I don't know.
I don't see Tom Cruise cruising the strip clubs.
Yeah.
Why don't you give a better hint?
Most famous.
I mean,
is it Ryan Gosling?
No, I'll tell you. One of them was a guy who used to be really cool till he was accused of domestic violence against Amber Heard.
Oh, Johnny Depp.
I don't know.
Oh, you're as good as alluding as she is.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
He also used to be really cool until he started looking like a pickled version of himself. Like that was a fortunate event where like when the domestic, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to stop liking Johnny Depp. And then I saw a picture of him and I was like, oh, you know what? I'm done. We're good. Good. I'm over it.
I mean, he's a pretty old man who drinks a case of wine a day.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess it's not doing whatever all the other Hollywood alcoholics are doing to like erase the effects of it. Because he does not look good, man.
He needs a lot of water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he doesn't look good compared to Johnny Depp, though. I think he probably looks good compared to other men his age,
like Gary Busey.
Are they the same age?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like the hat and the rings and all of the scarves are not helping. Like, I don't know. It's not. Doesn't do it.
No, he looks like the guy who dresses Steven Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Johnny Depp. All right.
Yeah, nice girl. She's married now, has some kids. It's very nice.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, no, we're very. I'm pretty much friends with most of my exes, but no, I was very happy for her that she decided to stop stripping specifically for a job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, the one at Jumbo's, though, I was like very proud of her. I was like, oh, this is the actualized you. This is who you should be.
Yeah. Yeah. I roasted, John Minus at Comedy Fight Club, and he had the best joke. It was so good. It was so good I couldn't even be mad when I lost, because he said that Sarah used to do burlesque, which is like stripping for girls that should have been bullied more in high school.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That was John Minus.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know him, and I know most of the people at Fight Club.
He's only done a couple. But yeah, one of them was mine.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've had two?
What?
You've had two? Two fights?
No, I've had three.
All at Fight Club?
Yeah, all at Comedy Fight Club.
Who were they against?
It was John Minus, and it's all people that I know and like, and then Jake Vevera, and then Margot Reese.
Okay, yeah, no, they're both.
And then I'm roasting Brittany Cherie, I think is how you say her last name, this Sunday. So that'll be fun.
Oh, well, good luck, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. It's gonna be
everybody,
great.
if you're listening to this, get in the time machine, go back to Sunday, and go see that show.
No, it's like this coming Sunday.
Yes, I know. There's no way
this will air by then. Yes, go back.
Yeah,
or
this
you
is
can
going to
watch
air
it
on Monday.
Oh, well, you can watch it on Gas Digital on Tuesday night.
There you go.
Oh, Gas Digital has right now, if you have it, I think the last episode of Fight Club has the roast of Maddie Smith. And I was one of the roasters for that.
There you go. And that video is probably going to be somewhere, I would imagine. I don't know. I don't really know how it works. But the one that I'm
it'll be on Gas Digital, yeah.
There you go. Yeah. On Gas Digital, Tuesday at 10:30, and then maybe elsewhere. I don't know.
Speaking of Comedy Fight Club, I am on the Halloween one this year.
Ooh.
Oh, nice.
Who are you roasting?
Who are you facing?
Well, so it's funny. I'm doing one of the costume fights. And we did it last year, and it kind of was like a little bit of a hit. So Matt asked us to do it again. I'm dressing up as White Privilege, and I'm up against another comic who's dressing up as a Black Panther Party member. And so we're doing White Privilege against the Black Panthers.
So you roast the ideas
yeah,
of
you
each
roast
other?
the groups. You don't roast the people.
Oh,
yeah.
not the
one of the
yeah.
costume fights.
Okay.
So
cool.
yeah, if you're
Who's the Panther?
Phill Hunt.
Is he black?
Oh, yeah.
He's very black.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I don't know. I've been to a lot of comedy fight clubs. You have to actually ask that question.
You do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fair question.
I know that Fight Club was a little offended when Roast Battle referred to it as a great place to hear casual uses of the N-word. And here's the thing. It's both fair and unfair. It's not all the time. But the important thing to remember, and as I've said this before, the important thing is when it happens, the crowd is very much upset by it. The other roasters always condemn the person. It's just that when you let anyone up there, you don't really know what they're going to say. You don't like approve it in advance.
That's the
Didn't
beauty
they
of it.
have like a roast where like someone brought a Klan hood?
I was there for
used-
that. If you want to know the story.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
you can tell.
So, yeah, this is what happened. This is about 2.5 years ago. This was back when it was at, there have been 3 venues so far, soon to be 4 for Comedy Fight Club. This is the second venue when it was in the East Village. And there was a older white comic against an older black comic, and he came out on stage, wearing like a paper cone head he made to look sort of like a Klan, cone. And then he came out with a noose in his other hand. And he just kind of swung the noose, and he got the initial shock laugh. But then he tried to keep on the like Klan mask for the jokes, and everyone was like, "What's this guy doing? Like, is he crazy?" And so then, and there were about 35 black comics there that night, and about half of them were really upset.
Yeah.
So it was awesome.
Well,
There were 35 black comedians at Fight Club one night.
yeah, randomly. It was probably the only time it's ever happened.
I'm proud
Yeah.
of them. I'm proud of Fight Club for that.
And everyone made.
I was there. Sorry, go on.
Oh no! Everyone just made a big deal because they were saying that one of the comedians had like smacked him or something. They were like, "Oh my god!" Like, yeah, he smacked.
Yeah.
And it was like he had just like he just like whapped him with a belt like very lightly. Like it was very yeah. It was one of those things where like it was shocking and horrible and weird and like it was fucked up, but it just like when you would hear the tellings of it, it was like, and then this guy beat him. And it was like, no, this guy was like, you're being an asshole and smacked him a little bit. Like I don't know. It was
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because like when it happened, I had Tino Ramiro was the black comic, and then I can't
Kramer.
remember. Yeah, Kramer was the comic with the Klan, and so I had them both on Big Talk to kind of talk about it, and then I think Dave Lester was the one with the belt, and so we had all 3 of them talk about it when it happened because it was like kind of like a shocking thing. And to be honest with you, like I've never been to like a Comedy Fight Club night, but like it was like when I heard this story, I'm just like, I don't know if I need to go. Like, it just
Well, would you be mad at a club if a comedian said the N-word but then was banned from the club? Like, would you you wouldn't blame the club for that. You would say they did the right thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, like, why? Was he banned from this club?
Oh, no, I'm not saying I know that. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't – I'm saying like if the rest of Comedy Fight Club is like, hey, don't do that, you know – I'm just saying, I'm just wondering how, like, what your judgment does.
My judgment is that if you're creating an atmosphere that people feel comfortable doing that, then I don't know that's a place I feel comfortable being at.
Okay, that's what I meant, because like I said, when I was there and someone said it, the second the guy said it, everyone in the crowd was like, whoa, what the, just everyone was saying like, boo, stop,
Yeah, but I feel like saying the N-word and wearing a Klan hood is like not the same thing.
That one, yeah. I'm talking about the one where some guy from Staten Island called Sandeep the N-word, and then everyone at the same time was like started booing and saying, get him off the stage. And then a half hour later, another guy said the N-word.
Good
and then when we started booing him, he starts yelling, "Hey, it was a soft R. I didn't use a hard R like he did." Like, that's the huge difference.
I was at the open mic where a guy got punched in the face for saying it.
Oh, is that the Metropolitan
you were there
room?
for that too?
Yeah. Oh, wait, were you there?
I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
Teresa's
yeah.
mic. Yeah. I was in the very back, so I didn't see. Were you towards the front? You saw it go down?
I saw the guy. So,
you guys are like the N-word magnets.
I wasn't. Yeah. You were at both.
Well, from what I only heard it because the thing is, like, I thought they were doing a bit, and I think everyone in the room thought they were doing a bit
until they were really fighting.
Until three hits deep, and we're like, oh fuck, these guys are
And then Steve Leventhal like got up, ripped them apart, and literally every woman in the room was like, wait, is Steve Leventhal hot? Like, oh my God. Cause he just like, and we were like, oh my God, he's a daddy. Like, what?
That's a DILF, ladies.
It was banana pits. Yeah. And he'd like just had his kid too. And we were just like,
it's like, we see it now.
Yeah. All of a sudden we were like, oh my God, he's jacked. Cause like, he just, he's like he's an unassuming dude and he's super funny, but like, we all just were like, okay. What's up, Steve? And then they really were like throwing punches, and I could not remember who the white guy was. I still can't. And
Ed Farrell.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I've thought it was. I've said to 3 different white comedians, like, aren't you the one that got punched in the face for saying the N-word? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, you should all look different. You should do something with your hair. Like, it's all the same. Like white dudes with like a little beard and long hair. And I'm like, you need to do something to set yourself apart.
Yeah.
I also don't know who the guy who punched him was.
No one does because that kid who did it was like a brand new, like 2-month in open micer. Teresa knows but won't tell anybody, and good on her for it. Like, I'm not gonna. But yeah, after that happened, like 5 dudes brought the guy outside and just stood around him and like explained to him like, hey, this is an open mic. People take risks sometimes, and sometimes things are offensive and not well worked out. And the kid was not having it. He was like.
If you take a risk like that, you might get punched in the face. That seems fair. Like, you did that.
Sure. But you're still allowed to say it.
You're allowed to say it.
The kid who punched the guy was a brand new open micer. Yeah. And they told you can't fight people when you don't, if they say that. Is that what you're saying?
That's what they said. I'm saying I disagree with that. I think if you say that, you run the risk of getting punched in the face. And you should freaking know that. It's 2018. You're in New York City.
You can say whatever you want as long as you're willing to face the consequences, which in that case was
getting punched in the face.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know what he said? I don't even like.
Yeah,
was it,
I do. It was a joke involving like a storytelling thing where he was quoting one of his black friends, calling him my N-word, and so he was talking about like his black cred, sort of.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was what the joke was about.
I mean, that is something you hear a lot. You do hear that kind of use. It is more common than people think. That's true.
It was not the worst. Like, he was quoting someone and whatever, but it's also like, it did not add anything to the joke or the story or anyone's life. So like, I don't know. Yeah. You got punched in the face.
That's what mics are for, or to test your weird shit to see, what sticks, what doesn't.
Yeah. I have a lot of weird shit. It doesn't involve any slurs. Like,
yeah.
And I'm from Massachusetts. I used to say the F word all the time. I miss it very much.
Which F word?
The one that means a gay man.
Okay. Or a cigarette.
That one. Okay.
Or a cigarette, yeah.
Where in Mass?
Western Mass.
Okay.
And
That makes
Like,
sense.
it's actually super liberal. So it was like, it's not the height of that kind of talk. Like, it's not Boston or anything, but like, I get it. You want to try weird stuff. That's fine. But like, yeah, that means that someone can punch you in the face if they want to. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think we've talked about this before about how like a lot of white guys have, either have black friends or grow up in neighborhoods where they do become accustomed to using it. Like they think they have a pass and they don't realize how non-transferable the pass is. You know, like when you're not around the friends who told you to say it, like it doesn't work. But I do have some sympathy because I think that's a measure of more ignorance and maybe stupidity than racism if he was talking about something a friend said to him. At least in that case, I don't think I wouldn't endorse physical assault.
I don't endorse it. I'm not saying that like you should break the law and you should punch people in the face. I'm just saying if you say something like that, you should know that you run the risk of it. Like, and it's also like, I don't like violence. Always, obviously, nonviolence is always the answer. And like yell, you can talk to someone and do all of the things.
No, I get being violent if someone's provoking you, if someone is directly making threats and saying like hate speech at you. I just think that in this case, it sounds like a kid was dumb and probably needed to know you don't do that.
Yeah.
Certainly. But I like I said, we talked about this before, how it's like I see so many white children who don't know what they're saying, and they think that they believe that they're identifying with black people when they say it. They believe that they're connecting, because, the wheels fell off the logic at some point because someone told them, oh no, it's okay to say it, or they just were under the impression it was. And it's something, it's so many more kids than people realize.
Wait, so
you do need to teach them.
So in a way, these kids think they're showing off their like wokeness by using the N-word?
Absolutely.
That's a weird twist of irony.
Not wokeness. Not wokeness specifically, but they think that they're showing that they are more
like
comfortable with black
hoodness or
people.
something.
Yeah.
Like I think that
They're
they
showing
think that they're from these streets.
Oh, okay.
It is, and unfortunately, it's accurate because that is something you see more with people who spend a lot of time with other black kids, and on some level, it's like they're going to say, "Oh, well, my black friend said it's okay." It's same thing with like with what was it, like T.I.? Was it T.I. who Iggy Azalea was like, "People call me racist, but he said that everything I'm doing is fine," and it's like that's the problem. It's not transferable.
Whatever happened to her? Where is she? What's happening with her? How's her butt?
I don't know. Maybe her butt exploded.
Oh, maybe.
She's around.
Yeah.
She was mad that Eminem called her a hoe.
Oh.
So there's that.
Wow, you'd think that they would be closer.
I think she thought that.
Yeah, clearly.
Why would they be closer?
I don't know, because they're both white rappers.
Oh,
And
okay.
they're
It's
both,
not a giant leap that they be friends.
yeah. They're both very Aryan. I don't know.
Wasn't he dating? Oh shit, who's he dating?
Rihanna?
No.
He wasn't dating Rihanna, was he?
No.
If he got to fuck Rihanna, I swear to God,
No,
Sarah's gonna
burn
slice a bitch.
his shit down.
No, Rihanna dates athletes and shit.
Okay, thank
she was
God.
dating the guy
Yeah,
from the Dodgers
as
for
well
a while,
she should.
and then she's with some other guy. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like honestly, the Ariana Grande, Rosebud Baker has a thing about this, about how Pete Davidson did not deserve to have sex with Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande is hot enough that she should only have sex with literally Thor, not the actor, but like actually the god Thor. Yeah.
Do you feel like she's lower in the market rate for all the women when women do shit like that? Like when hot women date down? Is that what it feels like?
I mean, I think he had a big dick and she had an orgasm for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. I was like, do whatever you want. They both had a very hard year. I was like, do whatever you want. But I think it is. Yeah.
Nicki Minaj.
Maryssa, just let me know when that conversation's over and I'll jump back in.
Yeah, I was trying to segue back to Nicki Minaj. I think that Dave can't comment on these things, but I think that Eminem was dating Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
Was he?
Huh.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Good. No. Oh, so when the thing about him and Rihanna, it was always just a rumor. It wasn't a real thing.
I hope so.
I never heard it was a thing nor a rumor. Like that was just never in my scope. So hey Dave, did you watch the new Connors without Roseanne?
Oh God, no! I didn't watch it, but I'm glad it exists.
Okay.
I didn't watch it because it is a sitcom with an audience, which I haven't watched since my childhood.
But didn't you watch Roseanne though, the reboot?
Well, I watched it just to be able to talk about it on the show because it was going to be a topic. But the Connors coming back, I mean, made perfect sense to me because obviously John Goodman can carry any show he wants.
Truly.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for saying that.
Did you watch it?
No, but I will.
Did you watch it?
No, I watched a few of the ones from the last season.
Oh, okay.
The reboot. It was pretty good. I mean, I don't have a...
So, like, I mean, they had decent ratings for it. It seems like they had like 10 million people watch it, which was like around the same number of people that watched the finale. But I guess for the first episode of the reboot, they had like 18 million people watch it. So like they're saying like it although it took the night as far as ratings goes, it was not the same as the reboot. But I feel like that was like a show coming back after like 20 years. Like people were curious. Like, yeah.
I mean,
I did see the Murphy Brown reboot. Well,
I saw that too.
How was it?
Holy shit, that was bad.
Yeah.
I heard it didn't do good at all.
Murphy Brown, I liked Murphy Brown as a show.
Me too.
This was not living up to that show.
Oh, I never watched
Roseanne
it.
did.
Yeah.
I'll say this, Roseanne was pretty much just as funny when it came back as it was in the old days. Same with Will and Grace.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, holy shit, was Murphy Brown bad.
Like, did they not get, like, I don't know if it's like they got writers that were just pretending to be the original writers or if they got the old writers that just don't have current references. Like, I couldn't figure out what was happening.
It definitely seemed to me like a show where they hired people who had not written in 20 years.
Oh.
It was, as a person who's been in rooms, that screamed guy coming out of retirement.
Yeah. Oh, that's too bad.
Now we're getting the band back together. Bring the old show back.
Because I love Candace Bergen. Her Instagram is a joy in my life.
I love her. I love the character. I love the whole impetus of the show coming back, that she came back because of Trump and because she wanted to represent nasty women. Mm-hmm. I love everything about it. The show just had bad fucking jokes.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Yeah. And I also feel like the son should be fiery. Like, he's not fiery enough. Like, this is like the child of Murphy Brown. Like, he's just a little too milquetoast.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he should be a firebrand of his own.
Yeah, although sometimes fiery people have milquetoast kids, you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, they rebel.
Yeah, my step-grandma was like an amazing, she was like a science professor. She was super badass and just like, taught her whole life and was, loved science and was always trying to get like girls involved with science, super badass liberal. My stepdad was a milquetoast libertarian. Like, it happens, you know? Both of her kids were just like very meh, like,
Yeah, I think
I hope
the
you guys
Roseanne
are listening.
reboot is, I mean, I was happy with it just because it would hurt Roseanne's feelings. That was the main reason I liked it. The same reason I liked that Murphy Brown was coming back, because she hated Candace Bergen, which I wanted so badly for Murphy Brown to be great.
Oh, really? Why did
reason.
she hate Candace Bergen?
The exact words she used were because Candace kept beating her at the Emmys. Candace kept beating her at the Emmys, and her quote was, "You think that bored up her ass bitch is funnier than me?"
Huh.
Which I didn't think was fair. Candace Bergen's funny.
Yeah, she's super funny.
She is funny.
But yeah, John Goodman is, though. I mean, just having him on a TV show is a get.
Yeah.
I mean, he's so goddamn funny.
And I mean, he's like a movie star now. Like, that really was a get. Like, every time he's in a movie, I get so excited and I want to see it immediately. He's in something that I just saw like a poster for it. No idea what it is. Gonna watch it.
Laurie Metcalf, too.
Oh, yeah, she's great.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. She's
and the thing is, the show, I was reading about the new show. It basically sounds like they're like, now it's back to the old show because it doesn't have this weirdly super right-wing Trump zombie just kind of shitting on everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And it pulled you out of the show. There's a funny thing about how they wanted to make it like, oh yeah, she's a Trump supporter because she's getting old. And you know how old people just start getting simple and start like just slamming to the right. But the thing is, you can't make those jokes when the person in charge thinks that this is the right way to be.
Right. Yeah.
And the writing room must have been a nightmare because no one there agrees with her.
I was hanging out with my friend Joelle, and she knew someone in the writer's room, and it was all like I was with her when she was texting, like it was just all going down. Cause like the the tweet that Roseanne sent, like that was their first day or something. And so they literally just showed up to work and it was like, what are we going to write? Dunno. Like, maybe nothing. I don't know. Yeah, it must have been just like constantly stressful. Like, I can't imagine.
Yeah. I mean, when you work with, anytime you have like a job where the person in charge is not well, it all trickles down because everyone's afraid to push back and things just kind of snowball. So it wasn't very easy to watch because you could feel exactly when the real Roseanne was like, I want to make fun of Colin Kaepernick here, or I want to attack Hillary here. And it just didn't work because the biggest problem I had with the show was I found it impossible to believe that Darlene, the character, would tolerate her mother acting this way, would live in that house with her mother hating, with this anti-feminist, anti-minority crap that she was pushing.
Which, so wait, Darlene? No, it wasn't Darlene.
Darlene was the punk daughter.
I know it was a punk daughter. And then the older daughter is the one that had two actresses that played her, right?
Yeah.
Which one did they go with? Sarah Chalke or the other one?
The original one. And then the one who replaced her became a secondary character on the show.
Oh, clever.
She became the woman who was buying a baby from the original girl as a surrogate.
Yeah, I gotta watch this. I gotta catch up. That's a lot. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It just every time she would push her politics, you would be taken out of it. You'd be like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Well, and she's so banana pants.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, she's so much crazier than the thing she said about Valerie Jarrett too.
Yeah, that video she made in response. Wow.
It's like, I didn't know she was black.
She said that Barack Obama was head of a child sex prostitution ring. Calling Valerie Jarrett Planet of the Apes is nothing compared to that. She's fucking crazy.
Yeah, well, those people all believe that. I still can't believe that, like, people actually believe this Pizzagate thing and that, like, Hillary Clinton was a part of, like, a child trafficking ring. Like, as much investigation as the FBI did into her emails, don't they think that if they came across like at least something that looked like kiddie porn on her servers that she'd be in jail? Like, I mean, seriously?
Yeah. Well, also, like, isn't there way more evidence that Trump may have had sex with a 13-year-old girl? Like, and that we don't care about that? Oh,
yeah.
There was an actual accusation by a human being.
Yeah. Who was 13. Yeah.
And and that was of course on Jeffrey Epstein's sex plane.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
The convicted pedophile.
The convicted pedophile who for sure had a sex plane. Like, there is a plane. Yeah.
He had sex on.
A lot of people traveled on it, and there's really not a lot of way of knowing what happened on those flights, unless a specific human being says this person did this to me. And Trump's, and we can talk about the Khashoggi thing because it relates to it. Trump, as we know, believes that all truth and reality should be entirely dependent on who's in power and what he wants it to be. Mm-hmm. So he will say there is no that Hillary Clinton is guilty of something. I don't even know what the crime is, but she's guilty of it. But anyone that I have a benefit of defending is innocent, even if they've been convicted of something. Yeah, and they can be that he'll pardon them, or he'll just yell innocent until proven guilty. As an answer of why they shouldn't be investigated. That's the thing. You notice that Trump says innocent until proven guilty as an answer to that's why you should not investigate if people are guilty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and also, I mean, it's such classic narcissism, like what you were saying exactly. Just the truth being whatever he needs it to be in order to deal with the person in front of him, and to deal with like whatever he wants it to be. It's so narcissistic, and anyone who's like interacted with narcissists recognizes it so clearly. But anytime he speaks not in extremes, you know that he's lying. Like when he said, like, yes, I think that there should be an FBI investigation of Kavanaugh within reason. That was a lie because it wasn't extreme. Like if he's not saying it's the most or the least or the worst or the best, he is lying.
Right. He usually starts lying by half-assing it, and then he ramps up to – because he can't have opinions or beliefs that aren't completely to one side of something. Mm-hmm. So first he pretends he's going to listen to Blasey Ford, and then of course now he's just calling her a liar. I'm surprised he isn't saying lock her up about her. He's saying that the man is owed an apology for the accusation. Mm-hmm. He's saying the man is he used the words, he's 100% innocent as far as I'm concerned, which is a very indicative thing.
Yeah.
It shows that he does not believe in the concept of objective truth. He's saying it's true because I want it to be.
Yeah. He reminds me of my grandmother. It's really crazy. Like it's such a weird thing. Like, yeah.
No, I know narcissists. I've had a lot of close dealings with people with clinical malignant narcissism.
Yeah.
And once you know it, it's very easy to spot.
Yeah.
And he's what I think any of those people would be if given absolute power.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the most difficult diagnosis because it's the only diagnosis that that the person who's quote unquote suffering from it, A, doesn't really suffer, and B, doesn't care, like can't process it, you know, like a doctor can tell a narcissist you're a narcissist and it won't change anything.
Well, the disease itself prevents the ability to fix it because it is a disease where you cannot accept that you have a shortcoming.
Yeah.
That's why Kanye considers worshiping Trump a form of armor. Because he can't accept that there's something wrong with him.
Yeah.
And the only way for him to frame a universe where there isn't something wrong with him is to worship Trump and say all narcissism and mental illness is superpowers and people hate you because of reasons.
It's that dragon energy.
Yeah. Although I think he has something else going on. Like Kanye has something besides narcissism going on. Like there's something.
He seems like he's bipolar or manic depressive or something like that.
You guys are both racist for saying that. He's a genius who defines a generation. Okay, I'm sorry.
I love Kanye. I've loved Kanye for so long. It's a big ass bummer. Like, oh.
He seemed a lot more sane before he got with Kim, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
I liked him much better with Amber Rose.
I think I think that like I don't want to blame the Kardashians because clearly it's his own actions and we should he should take responsibility. But
they're not acting crazy like him. I mean,
well, yeah, they're not. But I do wonder sometimes, like, because he was hospitalized not that long ago.
Yeah.
And then he got out, and I do wonder if he got pushed back into the spotlight and back into doing interviews too soon, and if that's part of why he went. Like he wasn't ready. He should have been. Like he went straight. It felt like he went straight from the hospital to Trump Tower, and like he should have chilled.
Yeah, he just needed to like rest and take care of himself and like get his meds all situated.
Yeah.
By the way, Maryssa, he was with Amber Rose when he got drunk and interrupted Taylor Swift. So let's not act like he was normal with her either. That was his coming out party is crazy, basically.
That was annoying, but like this is worse.
I think it's a conspiracy.
That was clearly a symptom of the later behavior.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
The person who does blank is then going to escalate to blank.
Oh, for sure.
And I mean, look, I hate Kanye for what he's doing because I think he's hurting the world. I, of course, respect him as a musician, but I had to let go of Al Franken. So
yeah.
And Al Franken did something that I felt he did have to resign for. He did have to pay a price. I don't know exactly what that price should be and how long it should be for, but he groped women. And he should pay a price for that. And we needed to make a show of saying we don't tolerate this.
Yeah.
And so if I can lose Al Franken, we can lose Kanye too. He is not. We should never ever treat an individual person as above our values. That's why the Democratic Party, the values behind the Democratic Party should always be, in government in general, is that no one person should ever be a demigod, which is what Republicans want. They want to create gods. We need to have a system where any one person can be replaced and it doesn't affect the system. That's
like everyone is a cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
That's how a healthy government works. Anytime it's built around a personality, things are going to go really horrible as they are now.
Yeah.
So on that,
I was part of. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh no, I was going to say we should take a quick break and come back. But what were you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, and everyone should, I hope, saw the Pete Davidson update about Kanye with the Kanye Make 2006 Again hat.
Yes, I did see that.
But it's my hat.
That's amazing.
I have the hat. So
do you have the hat or one of the hats?
There's only two. So I got to pick which I got to keep one of them because it was my idea. So but yeah, it was it's a very very proud of that update. Me and Pete we're very very excited to hurt Kanye's feelings.
No.
Okay, cool. So we're going to take a quick break and we will be right back.